It's another Sunday, it's another brawl, what are we doing?
Nonsense Rumble!
That's right, it's another day and all that. So, Rick, what's today's category?
My love for you is like a truck. Berserker! We're doing Berserkers.
I've heard that before, but I don't know where from.
Well, the second part of it is would you like to making fuck?
I'm not familiar with that then, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's category is Berserkers. Now, for those of you just joining us for the first time, thanks for joining us. What we do today is we pick characters that fit the category and we argue why our pick is better than your pick. With that in mind, we also tend to have honourable mentions. Who's yours today, Rick?
My honourable mention is Khan the Betrayer, such a swell guy. He's such an easy pick that I kinda want to save him for another day.
I didn't even for a moment consider 40k characters, and let me tell you, they're pretty fucking busted.
They are. Like, Khan the Betrayer is, he looks like a human until you zoom out and realise that there are humans around him that are 1/8 the size. He is rather large and rather adept at chewing through people with his axe, who is already bullshit on its own.
Do you want to tell people the name of said axe?
It's Gore Child.
It's so fucking cool.
And it's a chain axe that spins so fast that it's on the tier of a lightsaber in terms of how fast it can cut through shit.
It's insane. It's absolutely mental. My favourite Khan moment is probably everyone's favourite Khan moment, when he kicks the shit out of Erebus in the fighting pits.
Yep.
It's so fucking chilling. The guy who wrote that scene deserves all the fucking praise. It's so well done. I once listened to a dramatic reading of that, and my favourite comment in the comment section is, I don't actually have any context for how strong Erebus is meant to be. It seems like he's actually a real weak piece of shit when it comes to this story. And the top comment under that was just, to be fair, Khan isn't really a fair measuring stick.
Yeah. My other favourite Khan moment is when he comes across a dying Khorne Berserker on the battlefield, and just so this one Berserker can offer more blood to Khorne, he chops the guy's head off and then boots his head over the battlefield so he gets one last view of carnage.
That's not how that works, but fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, the guy was dying and wouldn't be able to get any more blood in, so blood must flow, friend or foe. But yes, do you have an honourable mention today?
Yes, my honourable mention, I'm pretty sure has been one of your honourable mentions before, but I'm bringing her up again because she's cool, and it's Karlach.
Yeah, what a cool guy.
Technically she's a barbarian, but they can be berserkers, so...
Yeah, and like possibly the best barbarian in Baldur's Gate is the Berserker because of how much better they made it.
Well, yeah, because fucking exhaustion doesn't really exist in that game.
Yeah, like, do you want to use the frenzy thing and, like, not be able to do it again? Cool. Do you want to not use the frenzy thing and just throw something for a shit zillion damage? Yeah, alright, let's do that.
Yeah, and also, she's, like, of the actual romances in that game, she's arguably the best. I mean, I like Minthara, but her romance is a bit, and, if you could romance Jaheira, it would be no contest, but I get why you can't.
Yeah, she's possibly, like, arguably the best person as well, because, like, the only other ones in contention for that are basically Will and arguably Gale before his character assassination. And Will has done some fucked up shit for the greater good, whereas Karlach has done some fucked up shit to survive.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty explicit that Karlach's entire time in the Blood Wars was just, I need to fucking get out of here, man.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, it is what it is. I like Karlach, she's adorable. I wish she wasn't so violent with her fingers in that one scene. It makes you...
Consensual cheeky fingers.
I'm not saying it wasn't consensual, I'm just saying every time I see that scene, I fucking clench.
Yeah.
It's fucking... I can't imagine that would be fun even in the Vagoo.
Yeah.
But let's not get bogged down...
Especially with those talons.
Let's not get bogged down in Vagoo talk, let's get talking. Let's see who your actual pick is today. I can't wait to hear it, because you promised me no fate bullshit.
Yep, no fate bullshit, and it's not Khan the Betrayer. However, it is another devotee of Khorne. It is Viker the Bloody from Warhammer Fantasy.
I've seen some epic conversions of this character because the base model's a bit shit.
Yeah. While she was a live, unaugmented human, she 1v1'd a demon prince, and she was so angry she took its head and was taking it to the literal skull throne when she died of exhaustion because she was going far too far. But Khorne was both so impressed and pissed off that he raised her as a demonic cornate Valkyrie.
I was going to say she's effectively a Valkyrie.
Yeah, and she's also better looking than anyone in Slanesh's waifu harem because she has hair.
Well, that's also not fair because Slanesh is a fucking freak.
Yeah, but apparently Slanesh really lusts after Vika, despite the fact that they can't have her.
Yeah, but Slanesh lusts over everything.
Yeah, true. But this one's actual jealousy rather than just lust. But yeah, I'm picking her. She's frickin' badass, and I'd like to see what you've got to pick to fight against her.
I have gone with some Fate bullshit.
Okay.
I've picked Heracles from Fate because
the original Berserker.
Pretty much. It's interesting the lore behind Heracles in Fate because the Berserker version of Heracles is the weakest version of Heracles, which is fucking mental because he's bullshit even in that form.
Yeah, because isn't the Berserker effect in Fate basically the higher level of Berserker you get, the stronger you get, but also you lose all of your mental faculties?
Yes and no. Fate lore is inconsistent at best, and the rules are the rules don't matter. The rules are made up and the points don't matter. That's the what I was going for. It's weird because in Fate Grand Order, effectively the Berserker gimmick is they take 1.5 times damage, but they also deal 1.5 times damage to everything except for Foreigner. Yeah,
and then they have twice as much HP anyway.
They have a lot of HP.
So taking extra damage doesn't really mean much because they just have that much health.
To an extent, but they're basically the trade-off is they're weak to everything, but they're also strong against everything. But fuck the games. Let's just talk about Heracles. I didn't like the Fate animes are very weird in that the bulk of them are bullshit and I don't like them, but there's some cool aspects that are undeniably just awesome moments. Heracles' gimmick is that he's got 13 lives basically.
Sure.
Because he gets one reset for every task.
Okay.
So it's to represent the 12 tasks of Heracles. And in the anime, he fights Gilgamesh, who is arguably the strongest character in the anime.
Yeah, isn't he also an archer in that one?
He is an archer. Archer's the strongest version of Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Apparently. Anything I say about Fate lore, please take with a huge grain of salt because I kind of hate Fate. So if I say something wrong, it might be on purpose. It might also be I just don't know because I hate everything about Fate and Fate fans annoy me.
Yeah, I asked an independent Fate nerd is there anybody in Fate who can beat Khan the Betrayer? And I got told Paul Bunyan. And then, to be honest, I would throw Gilgamesh at it. But he's an archer, so disqualified.
Yeah, pretty much. Here's the thing, Rick, is I'm describing and hyping up Heracles. I think you've won this one. But I just want to say, the thing is, he fought Gilgamesh, and Gilgamesh knew if he kills Heracles 12 times, that's it, game over. So he just floats in the air and throws a bunch of weapons at him, because how are you going to touch me?
Yeah.
I believe Heracles throws a rock at him at one point, which almost hits him, but that's all the offense he gets in. But he stands next to Heracles' corpse after he's defeated, and he's just like, haha, not so tough now. And it's hinted at that Heracles can just do this as long as he's got gas in the tank, because he moves for like half an inch, and it scares the shit out of Gilgamesh, and it's one of the best parts in the show.
Yeah. I think Vika's basically got as many lives as Khorne wants to give her, so I think that's the actual stamina win.
Well, here's the thing, Rick, is if we were doing this, in the tabletop version of the game, she doesn't get to come back if she gets defeated. I think that's the rule you have to limit here. Whereas in Fate, every single version of Fate, Heracles gets multiple lives. In the in Fate Grand Order, the game, he gets once he's maxed out, he gets an automatic revive. He also has an ability that grants him a revive effect that can be used once every 12 turns. So he can, in theory, go forever in the game.
Sure.
So it's one of those where I think her name's Vika, right?
Yeah, Vika the Bloody.
Yeah, I think Vika the Bloody has this one because she is a Valkyrie and can fly. I think because she's got the range and she knows how to use it. Because the way I've always pictured her fighting is floating not a massive amount above the battlefield, 6 feet at most with her wings, and then dive bombing down and jumping straight away again. If she could, every time she dive bombs, get a killing blow, which in theory is possible because she was a big buff fuck you warrior even when she was alive without the demon powers. So assuming she can dive in, get a killing blow and jump away before Heracles gets back up, I think there's no argument to be had here. Vika has it. Yeah,
because as far as I can see it, she's basically fighting the same way that a Final Fantasy Dragoon would, but without the need to land.
Pretty much. Again, that's going based solely off of artwork and the way the model's designed. I have to assume that's how she fights.
Yeah, and with wings like that, why wouldn't you?
Because I believe she's locked to Warhammer Sigmar, isn't it? She's in.
Yeah. It's either fantasy or Sigmar, maybe both. But yes, it's that kind of. It's definitely not 40k.
Yeah, which means like she has to be hittable.
Yeah. Like it's one of those. I think Khan the Betrayer might actually have it over her because he's got the freaking plasma pistol. He doesn't like using it because he means he doesn't get to use Gorechild, but he can pick her off out of the sky.
Yeah, but again, that's not really fair, is it?
Yeah.
Also, I don't think you understand how inaccurate plasma pistols are.
I mean, he's got ballistic skill 5. He hits on a 2.
But we're not going based off game stats, though, are we?
Yeah, fair enough.
In universe, plasma pistols, people hate fucking using them because you've got a good chance of it just blowing up.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, if it doesn't blow up for someone like Khan, it means that he's hit.
Yeah, Khan's plasma pistol is used literally just for the 3 rounds you get to use it before you're in charge distance.
Yeah. If you end too far away to get to charge, because it's only got like a 12-inch range.
Yeah, because he's a Khorne Berserker, you get an extra dice on your charge roll.
Yeah, so if you don't manage to get far enough, then yeah, you're blasting.
Yeah, but yeah, anyway, I think theoretically Heracles could win this fight. I think realistically Viker takes it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, so on that bombshell, Viker the bloody wins!
I don't think it's a bombshell. Warhammer Fantasy and 40k power scaling are just bullshit.
Yeah.
And the only reason I don't feel cheated is because I know deep down in my heart that using fate for anything is bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, who has the more bullshit, Warhammer or Fate? Today it was Warhammer. So yeah, we'll see you next week where neither of us can use either franchise because it wouldn't work.
Yep, absolutely. Bye, everybody.